If you're thinking about selling a property, you probably want to know how to sell it fast and how to get the most money. Well, I've got a great pricing strategy that I love to use, and I can't wait to share it with you today. When you have a property that you're looking to sell, your pricing strategy matters. How you price your home is going to determine ultimately how fast your house sells and how much money you pocket at the end of the day. So let's go over the pricing strategy that I like to review with my customers. There are 3 options. Option 1, I call the needle in the haystack. And what this means is that you take your house, and it's special. We all know your house is special. And you look at the comps and you price it above market value. Everything in your neighborhood has sold for around $325, so you're gonna list at $375. And why? What will happen is you're gonna wait for that needle in the haystack, that one buyer who loves your house so much that they're willing to overpay. This strategy will allow you to ultimately net quite a bit of money, but what happens with this strategy is it takes a lot of time. If people are buying a house and seeing that yours is way overpriced, unless they're that one person that loves it enough to overpay, it could take a long time to sell your house. Long time meaning months, maybe even years. But if you're patient and that's the goal you have in mind, that's your first option. Option 2 is pricing right at market value. This is probably the most common of all the options because most people are gonna look in their area, see what's sold, and try to price it somewhat similar. This will attract a fair amount of buyers and get you some great offers. And this is a common strategy that many of my sellers use, but I'm most excited about number 3. Number 3 is where you price slightly below market value. Before you turn it off and think that I'm crazy or that you're gonna leave a lot of money on the table, hear me out. In a market like this, where inventory's low, we're in a seller's market, this kind of pricing can work really, really well. Because what it does is it creates the feeding frenzy. And that's what I like to call this option. Let me tell you how it works. What you do, particularly in a market like we're in now with very high demand and lower inventory, is you see where everything has sold and you price it just a little bit under. What you do is you create a feeding frenzy because buyers who have seen prices going up and are in multiple offer situations are gonna see something that's priced a little bit low and they're gonna get really excited. And you know what? So is every other buyer and realtor who's looking for that type of house. And then all of a sudden you create this frenzy. You have multiple showings, you get multiple offers, and the best place for you to be as a seller is for me to show up at your kitchen table and say, hey, here's 4 different offers. You get to pick the one that you like the best. And the way to take that even one step further is any listing agent who knows what they're doing, as soon as it becomes multiple offers, is gonna go back to all those buyer's agents and say, hey, we are now in a multiple offer situation. Does your buyer wish to make any changes? That's where the magic happens. That's where suddenly, when they were priced right at list price or maybe slightly below, they go up and above. They remove contingencies. They take away things that they're asking for, and they make their offer really, really strong. And that puts you in the best financial position. So you've been given 3 options. You can shoot for the moon, go for the average, or come slightly below. Any of those options are your choice because ultimately it's your property. But if you want to sell your home for the most amount of money in the least amount of time, I'm guessing you're going with option number 3. And if you've started counting how much more money you're gonna put in your pocket by using these strategies, definitely check out my video on the real cost of selling your home. I'm Lindsey Johnson, your resource for all things real estate. See you next time.